Like that, you know what I mean? I feel like that's. You want to say like it's kind of like a running
I dream in color, and I sleep on a canvas. I think we all need each other. Empathy, that could be our advantage. Bad beat Creole and Spanish. She look this way, then I'm liking my chances. Oh man, why I go on these tangents? Bird's eye view, the panoramic. Still fighting off my paranoia. Too real, just fire my lawyer.
Junior market, y'all. If you're not from the DMV area, this is where, I'm not gonna say where everything happens, but this is one of the most creative spots in the city. It's like if Chinatown High School Art District had a baby. This.
Great way to depict it.
Alright. Nothing wrong with it.
What's your favorite experience leading up to your exhibit?
My favorite experience? I think just networking with people in general. Like, it's so crazy. I've been talking to people that I've been trying to get in contact with for years, and because I'm putting myself out there more, it's all just like they're putting me in contact. They're putting me on to other people that I didn't even know was watching me, and they like watching me. You know what I mean? And we kind of connected. So, I didn't say names. I forget. Her name starts with a C. Shout out to her. But she runs TL Growing Big Cypher Talent. I contacted her. She put me on to a bunch of other artists and creatives that have been in the space. You know what I mean? I'm talking to Brian. Shout out to Brian Bailey, bro. One of the biggest artists in the DMV area. And he putting me on to, oh, you gotta go here, you gotta go here, you gotta do this. Like, he really like big broing me in this thing, you know? So.
Do you think that social media played a big impact in there, or do you think word of mouth or with your creativity played a part?
That's a good question. I'm open to express. Social media definitely changed my life, you know, in a huge way, because most of my audience is from Instagram. Most of my audience has followed me for about a year and a half straight, just me coming to different people, you know, giving paintings out to different people.
How are you feeling in the process of it creating your first exhibit?
My first exhibit, I'm not gonna lie, that's only low-key be put in the world. Prince was a freaky dude, bro. But that's something. But nah, shout out to Prince. But nah, I feel like my first exhibition, bro. It's exciting for real. That's gonna be like, it's like my first thing. Obviously, I've done events for other people. I've been invited to events. We did SneakerCon. We did Wine and Slow Jams last year. What else did we do? We did a bunch of events. Wine and Slow Jam, SneakerCon. I can't even think off the spot sometimes that you throw me. But like, for the most part, bro, like, it's just exciting for just to do something like that. I'm, you know, doing everything, you know what I mean? Like, I got a hand in everything. That's gonna be like, it's just real cool, you know?
Right. What's one of your favorite snacks? Like, what's your go-to before you do create? Like, what is your hobbies before you start to, create?
Oh Lord, y'all gonna look at me crazy, bro. Yeah, but I said this in my last vlog. And I'm telling y'all, if anybody does this, y'all know that y'all got it from me, bro. You get a bag of Takis, bro. And then you get a bag of gummy bears, the sour gummy bears with the little John on it. You put the gummy bears in the Takis, you crush up the Takis and the gummy bears, and you shake them up, bro. Sweet, sour, and hot, spicy, bro. It's the greatest thing in the world, bro.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to try that.
I guess we gotta try that, chat.
I've never heard that actually.
When you see people start doing it, and they be like, oh my gosh, this on this torch, you know you got it from me. And I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you this because I'm starting to claim everything that I started. Because here, let me tell you something that I didn't claim. People putting fries in their burgers. On everything I love, bro. I was like 6 years old. I was like 7 years old, and I did that at Wendy's, bro. So one of the Wendy's worker saw it, and she sent it to corporate. Then you get a whole commercial of them putting fries in burgers. I'm not joking, bro.
He said I'm not joking. All right. So y'all heard what he said, man. Wendy's, y'all owe my man a check. Make sure y'all write that.
It was like,
do you have a playlist that you like to, put on, or what's your go-to artist before you pick up a brush?
My go-to artist before I pick up a brush. Let's see, my go-to artist before I pick up a brush. Kid Cudi. I gotta say Kid Cudi. Okay. If I could pick, I have like a real random playlist, but if I had to go one artist, Kid Cudi.
Okay.
Yeah.
Inspiration.
All right, first off, what's good, bro? Good to meet you. How do you fight like the disappearance as an artist, or do you disappear from your family and friends when you're in a crazy state of creating, or in your zone creating?
So it's like, whatchamacallit? I think
Or does your relationship change when like you're in your bag creating and everything?
I think to a certain extent my situation like that is kind of trickier, only because my family is a lot smaller than a lot of it. It's bigger in some ways, but it's smaller, like my immediate family. The only people I really like talk to in my immediate family is like my younger sister, she's in New York, and my older sister, she's in doggone Timbuktu, Seattle. But those are only two people I really talk to in my family. But like my family that like just that God gave me and just that I've made over the years, I feel like to a certain extent I've actually feel closer. I feel more in tune with my artwork when I'm closer to them. You know what I mean? Sometimes when like when we disconnect, sometimes I get a little disconnect from myself, just because like the people that I love and the people that are in my life make me who I am. You know what I mean?
What's your thoughts on an artist's connection to current day events and the world and or the reality?
Oh, I feel like it's a very as an artist, you have to be in tune with a lot of things that are going on in the world, so it can relate to other people. But not necessarily because it's relatable, but because it's what makes us us. You know what I mean? If you're an artist and you're not hip to what's going on, if you're not expressing yourself from the things that are going on, or things that you're seeing in the world, then where are you getting your inspiration from? Where are you getting the impactful things? How are you going to make people feel what's going on, or how are you going to make people feel your work if you're not feeling what the people are feeling? You know what I mean? And that's not saying to tailor your art around people, but you have to be able to be in tune with yourself and also what's going on to a certain extent, that you allow yourself to be able to acknowledge the presence of change that's going on in the world. You know what I mean? And man, like whatever you want to do, bro, just execute it, man. Don't worry about oh maybe we can not and that's where the whole entire, that's where I feel like when I really started to get my things, when I really started to make something shake, is when like I was just like, we're not putting this off for next year. I went with shout out to my cameraman JC, bro. He be busy, but big shout out to JC. But I didn't realize how, I'm not gonna say how big I am, but I didn't realize what I built until sometimes he'll remind me. I'm thinking, bro, we ain't been nothing, we ain't really do nothing special yet. And he'll just say, hey, we did this, we did that, we did that, we did this, we did this, and I'm just like, oh dang, bro. We kind of did do a little something, you know what I mean? We're alive, like, building something, you know what I mean? And it's not just on, like I was saying earlier, nothing we doing is hypothetical anymore. We really doing it, you know? When you say, oh, we're not going, oh, everybody's like, oh, 2026 is gonna be my year. What did you do in 2020 and the end of 2025 to guarantee that 2026 was gonna be your year? You know what I mean? Forget all of that. This is gonna be my year. This is gonna be your life. Get up and make something happen, bro. Ain't no more, oh, we're gonna do this in 6 months, because 6 months gonna get here and you're not gonna do nothing. It's today, you know what I mean? It's today. What we doing today that's gonna set us up for tomorrow. All right, today we gonna put it in notes app. Tomorrow we gonna start calling these people. On doggone Thursday we gonna start handing out flyers. On Friday we gonna start giving out tickets. That once you start saying we not doing stuff tomorrow, we gonna start on it today. That's when the level of execution is gonna really start happening and start taking place. Execution will always be, what's the word for it? I'm about to say something really smart, prophetic. Hold on. Procrastination will always be the killer of dreams. Execution is where success happens, bro. And I'm gonna keep it. I'm not even going to front like this run is perfect, bro. I'm still working on stuff, bro. And I got a whole team. Like I got like people that I'm calling every single day. Hey, where'd you get this? Where'd you get my boy Serene, bro? He did him and his boy Kid in the Box. Shout out to them. They did their exhibition a couple months ago, and I'm just like, bro, how'd you do this? How'd you do this? Cause like there's certain territories that I don't know what I'm doing. Like I ain't never been here before. I'm just a kid from PG County, bro. We ain't never get to this level of life yet. You know what I mean? So now we here. I need somebody to say, hey, this is your idea. This is how you gotta do it. This is your idea. This is where you gotta go with it. This is your idea. This is where this is how you make it happen to reality, because you have ideas, but at the end of the day, you have to turn those ideas to reality, and there's a certain way you have to go about things. Obviously, you gotta do your own path, you gotta follow your own rules, but there's certain just stipulations and logistics that you have to follow as a creator and as someone that's actually shaping things into making things happen, you know what I mean? So, literally, bro, like, just start is my biggest thing. Just start, bro. And people, and that drum be frying me. Like, and I mean, it's funny when people ask me certain questions. Like, I got the answers. I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. I'm still figuring this thing out, bro. I'm still figuring it out. I don't know everything. But when they do ask me the question, oh, how did you get to where you get to, or how did you start? And if you, in my eyes, I feel like I haven't really been nowhere. I'm still working like I'm a nobody. But literally, bro, and I know it's the most cliche thing ever, but every person will tell you this. DDG will tell you this. Nino Payne will tell you this. Doggone Beyonce Knowles will tell you this. Every single Bree 3 will tell you this. Every single influencer, celebrity, creator, bro, doggone SK will tell you this, bro. Everybody will tell you this. The biggest advice ever on, oh, how do I get there? Is just start, bro. Don't be on some, oh, I gotta get it, man. I ain't start out perfect. My first painting was in North Carolina, and I got left in North Carolina, and I asked my grandma, hey, can you give me a denim jacket and a paint set? That was my first ever painting that I did on, like, I did on a denim jacket. That was my first ever real, like, this is my piece.
How do you fight with the fast-paced career of being an entrepreneur and an artist?
Man, how do I fight the fast? I don't fight it. You gotta take it as it is, you know what I mean? The beauty about entrepreneurship is you're only moving fast. I ain't gonna say you're only moving fast, but people think entrepreneurship is fast because you have to compete with everybody else to a certain extent. I think the beauty about entrepreneurship is that even though it's your own business, it's still you know what I mean? So you can move at your own pace. Right now, there's not really nobody I'm in competition with. There's nobody in my lane doing what I'm doing at the same extent that I'm doing it. There's other artists, but they're in their own lane. That's why I love art. That's why I love the art community. You got my boy, shout out to Brian Bailey. He got a whole studio, a whole laundromat. He's doing his own thing. Doggone Diego, he's doing his own thing. You see me, we all doing our own thing. We all doing the same thing, but we all doing it differently. That's why I love about the art community. I don't really know any artists that I would say, oh, I'm in competition with, you know what I mean? Because everybody's doing their own thing. Obviously, we still moving at a rate, a steady pace, a steady rate forward, but you know, I feel like the only time that I feel like I've been, oh, I gotta be fast paced is now because I got deadlines I gotta meet. I gotta like, oh, I gotta have this done by this date. I gotta have this done by this date. I gotta talk to this person. We gotta talk to this promoter. We gotta talk to this curator, things of that nature. I gotta make sure my team is good. You know what I mean? I feel like this is the first time where I'm like, oh, dang, this is kind of fast paced. But like regular, like, okay, man, making this paintings. Someone says stuff, they try and buy it. It's, you know what I mean? I'm going to the place I want to go.
I want to bring up something I saw on your page recently. How did it feel, you know, someone that you were growing up with, the teacher, when she came to you and she didn't ask the price, she told you she wanted to buy it and she told you to take it to the car?
Dang, shout out to Miss Cyrus, bro. Yo, I'm not going to lie. Miss Cyrus, I randomly, the story behind that, randomly, I'm chilling, right? I'm at SneakerCon. That's when SneakerCon brought me out. And I forgot what I think I was going. I ran to get my cameraman. My cameraman was coming, and I'm going to up the escalator, and I see her, and I'm like, Miss Iris, she got like a real distinct hairstyle, and I was like, is that? And I run up, I'm like, Miss Iris, and like she's going to like a teacher conference on the other side of the building, you know what I mean? You know, the convention center in DC. So she's going to a teacher conference. She looks at me, and it's like, I don't know, I didn't think she recognized me because you know I grew my beard out and everything like that. And she's like, how are you doing, young man? I'm like, yo, what the heck? And I was like, what you doing right now? She's like, oh, I'm at teacher conference, yada yada. And I was like, I'm at SneakerCon. They brought me out, I'm painting it alive and stuff like that. And she was like, you paint? I said, yeah. And she's like, take me. I said, bet. And I think one of my boys canceled. He's like, yeah, I'm not gonna be able to come. So I just gave her a ticket and everything. We got wristbands. We skipping the line. Everybody is packed out that joint. I'm like, she was like, we got to wait in line. I said, man, Miss Iris, we're gonna wait in line. Come on, man. We skipped the line and stuff like that, man. They checked us in. We go right back down. I showing her everything, showing her all the sneakers and shoes, and then I got to my stand. I'm like, yo, this is what I've been working on. Yada yada yada. She was like, yo, I want to buy a painting. You know what I mean? And I wasn't even going to charge her for one because I love Miss Iris. Here's the thing. Miss Cyrus, before I had her class, bro, she was the hardest, most strict teacher in Bladensburg High School. When I got in her class, she was the hardest and most strict teacher in Bladensburg High School. But she was also one of the most just loving, like, I really, really believe and push my students. If you're a student and you got potential, man, she really gonna push you to get to that next level, the next bag. Especially it's so important as a young one to really, really level up your game. I'm a little bit older now, and I'm still, you know, I'm just getting back to where I'm trying to level up my game. Like, what's the word for it? You level up, like, you know, yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? But when you're young, imagine if we doing what we doing now at 25, imagine if we was doing that at 18. At 23, 24, we'd be out of this world, you know what I mean? But you know what I mean, like I was saying earlier, it don't matter when you start, just start. But if that's why I'm that even more so. I went to career day. Them kids is 13, 14, talking about something. Oh, I want to be a content creator. I want to be a nail technician. I want to be a hair stylist. And I'm like, okay, what y'all doing now? And they're like, oh, you know, we just, you know, I said, what does your parents buy you for gifts? What do your parents do this? And they're like, oh, they buy me teddy bears, stuffed animals, dogs, blah, blah, blah. I said, next time your parents buys you something, I don't know, you know, I don't celebrate holidays, but next time you guys, your parents buy you something for a holiday or something like that, ask them for
contribute to your dream.
ask them for a nail set. Ask them for a paint kit. Ask them for an iPad. Ask them for a Photoshop. Imagine if we was working on all that when we was going on 14. And I said, yo, if you're doing this at 12, 14, by the time you turn 18, you have 4 to 6 years of experience in your field. Okay. That's not like a facade. That's not like those people. You know Jeff Bezos, right? Everybody's like, oh my gosh, he designed Zuckerberg, Bezos too. But he made Facebook when he was 21, 22. You know his parents put him in coding classes when he was 12. He was coding at 12. By the time he's 18, he had 6 years of experience coding. Before he even thought about Facebook. By the time he made Facebook, he had 10 years of experience. He had 10 years of experience coding. That's why he's 20. Of course he's going to make something at 21, 22. He had 10 years of experience doing it. Come on, bro. That's what I'm saying. That's what, bro. Just execute, bro. Execute, bro. If you're young, bro, and you're really serious about doing it, bro, come on, bro, do it. What's his name? Actual Speed. What is Speed? Like 21? He was streaming when he was like 19. 4 years of what? 3-4 years of experience during COVID, bro. A lot of people. One of the most popular terms in the investment world is the greatest time to buy a stock was a year ago. The second or 5 years ago. The best time you could have bought this stock was 5 years ago. The second best time is today. Literally, bro, just start. No matter when you started, just start. The more you wait, the more you let other people get ahead of you.
Right.